Hi, welcome to Bitesize Breakfast Bible Bitz. Many years ago, in my early days as a police officer, I spent Friday and Saturday nights in the town centre, sat in a large police van, waiting for the pubs and clubs to close. When they did, people spilled out onto the streets and most quickly made their way home. However, fights did occasionally break out, and when they did, those involved, if they refused to respond to common sense, would enjoy a free night in the cells. There was, however, one thing that used to really impress me about the men that we would arrest. Within 2 minutes of getting to the police station, the two involved would usually be totally transformed. They'd get out of the van, profusely apologise to each other and to us, saying things like, "I'm really sorry, mate. I didn't mean to insult your girlfriend like that." Or, "I'm sorry I nicked your drink. I was hard up." I heard one guy say, "It's okay, mate. Think nothing of it. It was all a misunderstanding. It wasn't your fist that knocked my tooth out. It was the curb I hit on the way down." They'd shake hands, hug, apologise, renew their friendship vows, and declare a lifetime of loyal solidarity. I used to think to myself, if only we could all, including myself, be as quick to forgive and forgive totally as these guys, the world would be a better place and the church would be a better place too. The reality is we find it hard to forgive. Sadly, I have known some Christians sometimes coexisting within the same fellowship who have not spoken or associated with each other for years. Why? They say, "You have no idea what that person said about me behind my back." You ask what, and they say, "I can't remember now, but it must have been really big." The very last thing Jesus said to the disciples on day one of his resurrection, when he miraculously appeared to the disciples in their lockdown hideaway, was, "I send you to preach the forgiveness of sins, and people's sins will be forgiven." At the heart of the Christian faith is the word forgiveness. Paul summed up the gospel in just 4 words when he told the Corinthian followers of Jesus, "We preach Christ crucified." 1 Corinthians chapter 1 and verse 23. Jesus was crucified so that we could be forgiven. We have been forgiven so that we can forgive. C.S. Lewis once said, "To be a Christian means to forgive the inexcusable, because God has forgiven the inexcusable in you." And following on from that, with regards to forgiving ourselves, he wrote, "If God forgives us, we must forgive ourselves. Otherwise, it's almost like setting up ourselves as a higher tribunal than him." Through Jesus, God has made total forgiveness available to you and to me, and for us to offer those who have sinned against us. The message Jesus sent the disciples out with was a message of forgiveness. We have been forgiven by God himself. Because of that, we can forgive ourselves, but also we can forgive others. Jesus taught us to pray, "Forgive us our sins, just as we have forgiven those who have sinned against us. Is there anyone we need to forgive today? Release them, and you too will be released. Corrie ten Boom used to say, forgiveness is the key that unlocks the door of resentment and the handcuffs of hatred. It is a power that breaks the chains of bitterness and the shackles of selfishness. To be forgiven and forgive is to be set free. You have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.